before I forget, for the first time in my business, I really took the week to unplug and reflect on just this year and, soak in everything from this trip. And what I will say is our team from corporate is being noticed, and it was really awesome to just be such a new team. Some of you guys have been here for a couple years. Some of you guys are, maybe brand new on the team, and kind of everybody in between. And it was really amazing to have corporate just see what we're doing and to be able to brag on you guys and, just say what amazing leadership we have in this team and all the up and coming leaders that we have. And, to be able to be there firsthand and hear what is coming for 2020, to hear what this company has in store for us and where we're going. And I just need you guys to know that we are absolutely in the right place with the right company, with the right tools, where if you have decided that you're running with this, you're really going to see your harvest come about. I know that some of you guys have been around for a boom season before, and some of you guys haven't. And I know I wanted to take this time to really just strategize what we're going to be doing as a team for the new year, what we have coming, and just some tools, and really just give you, I just want to come and fill you guys up here, because I know that I've talked to a lot of you guys, where some of you are just like, this has been the last couple months, the most amazing season. You've really stepped into your own in terms of leadership and bringing in amazing people into your business. And there's some of you guys that are struggling. And I wanted to just really take a moment to connect. This is a very open Zoom. So if you want to share anything in the chat, unmute yourself, talk about whatever you guys need. This is just going to be a very open Zoom to talk about that. So I wanted to first talk about what we need to be doing to come into this new season. So here's the thing, coming into a new year, people have two goals always. They usually relate coming back to making more money and getting healthier, losing weight, feeling better, having more energy. And you as business owners have the solution to both of those problems. And so although this time of the year can sometimes feel slower, if I'm being, and I don't think there's a slow season. I was looking at my memories from last year, and, we had triples pop this time last year, presidential, doubles, diamonds, hundreds of thousands of bonuses, dollars in bonuses being earned. There is no slow season. I think we're always in money-making season. But when we talk about boom season, that comes from what's happening in the season that we're in right now, where people are eating all the food, they're spending all the money they don't have, and in boom season, I just saw Caitlin as she's like biting. She's like, "Who?" I think we're all there. I mean, I think that's just people. And this season is really what makes what you're going to reap in the new year. And some people look at this season as, oh my, it's just, like everything, this comes down to mindset. Nobody wants this. It's not, nobody's saying yes, people don't want this, or how many seeds am I planting to harvest what's coming in January, when people realize, yes, I need to make more money. Yes, I need to lose this weight that I've put on. And my goal coming into every single boom season is, regardless of how I'm feeling in this time, I want to be the first person that they think about when they think about making money or they think about accomplishing their goals. And I'm just going to get the laundry out of the way, whatever they call that, the laundry list out of the way, and I'm just going to release. This is either going to speak to you or it's not. But I think sometimes, in business and I think all of us on here being leaders, you have somebody on your team that's looking up to you. One of the hardest things about leadership is saying what you want to say and saying what you have to say. That's something that Amber taught me. And I think that some of you guys are going to relate to this, or some of you are not, and we're just going to talk about it, and then we're going to make a plan to move forward. I've talked to some of you guys, and you're fired up. You've been planting your seeds. You have been working with your team. You have been, improving. You have been really digging your feet in the ground to make sure that your flag is planted coming into 2020. And some of you guys are feeling lost. You're feeling a little bit, maybe that you haven't attached your work ethic to your vision. Like a lot of you are just feeling like, man, how do I move forward into this next season? And one of the things I want to say is it's okay if you fall in this business. It's okay if you lose sight of where you're going for a moment, because if we're being honest, we're human. And I think working on social media, sometimes you can feel you're the only person that is feeling this because you're looking at someone else's highlight reel. And one of the most powerful things that I learned being around this group of people in Costa Rica was the people that you see at the top, the people that you see successful, you realize that they at one point have felt like you may be feeling. And if you're feeling, overwhelmed, or you're feeling a little bit lost in direction, you need to know that you're not the only person that has ever felt like this in business. And yes, you can move through this successfully. But what it comes down to is, some of you guys are brand new, maybe you haven't ranked up yet, and some of you guys have hit emerald, diamond, double, triple, wherever you've been at your business. And I think what you need to remember is what it took for you to get here. And you did not come this far to just come this far. And what this company is laying out for us, starting the 27th of December, to carry us through into the new year, like they said I've said this a couple times, you're going to be glad you did, or you're going to wish you had. And I really encourage you guys right now to decide where you want to be in 2020. And it's crazy to me because you can be in a spot in your business where you feel like, I'm here and I want to be there, and it feels so far. I'm like, how can I get to where I want to go when I just feel like I'm here? And I've felt that struggle in my business. I've been there before. And one of the most amazing things that I took from this trip was seeing a girl. She was a mover and shaker. In 1 year, she had moved up 1,000 spots in numbers in our company. In 1 year, she had went from a diamond to almost ambassador diamond, 2 accounts at presidentials, and now she's, in the top, I'm going to say 30. And it made me realize that, when you're sometimes feeling it like you're at the bottom of a mountain and you're trying to figure out how to get to the top, it can be overwhelming when you think about how am I going to get there, right? Who has felt that? Like, you're looking at your next goal and you're like, how am I going to get there? But what this comes down to is your why. And you may have lost vision for a moment. You may have felt, overwhelmed for a moment, and you may feel, I don't like to use the word discouraged, but let's just be real coming into 2020, because I've talked to some of you and this is how you're feeling. You need to understand that the why is going to get you to where you want to go, and it's not worrying about the how. So coming into 2020 for you and your teams, the biggest thing is, first of all, for yourself, you need to be casting vision. Where do you want to go? If you just hop into a car, into an Uber, and you say, take me somewhere, what are the chances you're going to go to where you're trying to get to? This business, and really anything results-based in life, is going to be based on intention. And so you need to be very intentional and crystal clear on where you're going. And I feel when I look back in my business and the times that we've promoted and then, sat at a rank and then, promoted again, the key to that shift for me was being extremely clear on where I wanted to go. And I think some of us can get caught into the feeling of like, well, I know I'm going diamond. I know I'm trying to go diamond. I know I want to go ruby. I want to go triple. But your move is going to come from you being really just crystal clear. That means, is your chart in front of you coming into this new year? Do you have your chart in front of you? So for me, I had to look and realize, like, I need to know exactly down to a T. If I want my results to be there, my intention and my vision has to be so clear with where I'm going. That means I know who I'm working with, who I'm running with, who I'm, what I need to get to my next rank. So not just hopping into an Uber and hoping that you show up, but truly getting it crystal clear on paper. What BV do you need to get to your next promotion? Making sure that if you need, 20 distributors to promote to your next rank, knowing that your work ethic, the equation, the action has to match what your goal is. I think sometimes being in this business for a while, you can get very complacent in just going through the motions. And, talking to a few of you guys this last couple days, we kind of figured out that some of us are just putting enough work in to justify that we're putting the work in. And that's awesome. But knowing that you can truly get to that next level, it's just going to take you 10xing it. I know for me, listening to that book, Grant Cardone, the 10x rule, it made me realize like everything that you want, everything that you deserve is one step outside of that comfort zone that you're staying in right now because you're nervous or you're scared or you're, unsure of what's, what is outside of that. And you just putting that work in to 10x it, you're going to get to where you want to go. And for me, whenever I feel like I need that shift in vision, it really comes down to asking yourself, why are you guys here? What did you join this for? And for me, whenever I feel not stuck, but I felt in my business like, okay, I need to break through and get to this next level. You guys, the first thing that I had to do was to get really grateful for where I am. And I think that's easy to lose sight of sometimes when you feel stuck. And so I want you to look at yourself and your business and be grateful for where you are because, whenever you started 6 months ago, a year ago, you would have killed to be, most of you, where you are right now. Am I right? Are some of you guys looking at this business and saying, wow, I really truly just joined for $200 to $300 a month and this is where I am now? Not even the financial, the growth in this business, the friends you've made. I had to sit back and get really just grateful for where I'm at, but then I had to turn around and get excited for where I'm going. And I got chills talking to you guys about this. And I sometimes struggle with being really, really red. Some of you guys know this, and how I portray things may not always come out how I made them, but I'm gonna put that aside. I'm gonna get red, and then we're gonna strategize. Coming home from this trip, I realized exactly where I'm going. I know where I picture myself in my business, and I look at each and every one of you guys, and I know where you deserve to be. And I get having the struggle. I get, feeling stuck, and I don't talk about this very often because I'm not trying to be like, but I think talking about, just business, like sometimes you're going to feel like that. Sometimes you're going to have to push through your own wall. Sometimes you're going to have to break through your glass ceiling. Sometimes you're going to have to clap for yourself. And sometimes you have to realize that motivation is bullcrap and you have to learn how to be disciplined when you're not motivated. But you deserve what this business can bring you. And I don't care where you are right now in your business, in your life, you deserve more than what you have. And you do not have to live in this cycle of struggle. It is time to get off the struggle bus, and it is time to start getting angry with yourself and know that you deserve way more than what you have. What this company is laying out for us in terms of new products, money being paid out, systems in place. Like you guys, I cannot tell you how you are in the spot to either make this or not, but me being crystal clear with where I'm going, and I hope you guys all come with me. And I know coming into 2020, it doesn't start January 1st. December 27th, we are going, and you are going to be glad that you started on this, or you're going to wish that you had. And whatever you have done in the past couple months, whether you've someone who is really just, and you know who you are, you put your head down, you know where you're going, you made it crystal clear. I see you working with your teams. I know where you're going. Some of you guys have dropped the ball. And I've been on both ends of my business. And I'm not saying drop the ball for me. Like, I'm talking for you as your own business owner. Like, you're never dropping the ball for anybody else. You're dropping the ball for yourself. But it is not too late to turn this around and decide that you're just going to make 2020 your year. I'm telling you, in 6 months, six months of insane focus and intention will drastically change your life. And I know I talked about this on a live, but I want to cap over it one more time before we move on to the next, going into strategy. Is really interesting conversation I had with one of the leaders on this retreat. And we were talking like, why is it that some people come into this business and have major success, and why do just some people not? I mean, we all get the same compensation plan. We all have the same products. We all have the same resources. Nobody's better than somebody. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's smarter than you, better than you. Like, we all are in the same boat. And it really comes down to, and it just blew my mind, you either do not want this bad enough, or you don't believe that you can have it. And those are two major blocks that can stop you from going to where you're trying to go. And so for one, if you don't believe that you can have it, I encourage you to really understand that you can. And you don't have to be a type of person. You don't have to be, a certain type of person, with a background or have a certain personality. Like, anybody can be successful in this. And that story that you're telling yourself as to why you can't is just your story. And so, I could cry. And so really diving into, growing your mind. Like, I remember hearing in this business, your income is never going to surpass your growth. And so if you're feeling stuck, I really encourage you to look and ask yourself, are you growing your mind? And that doesn't just mean going downstairs for 30 minutes and putting a book on, because I've done that before. And that's not growth. I've done the things just to say I'm doing them. The growth is going to come from you really absorbing it and realizing that, yes, you can do this. Yes, you can have it. Yes, your family is worthy. And yes, it's yours. It's on the table for you. But are you going to grab it? Are you willing to do the things that most people are not willing to do, to live like they're not going to be able to? When I look at these top 25 people at this retreat, I'm telling you, there are all different breeds there. It was weird to see them in person and not social media. And I'm like, they're so different. And the only thing they had in common was they're hard workers. They're hard workers. They're not smarter than you. They're not better than you. They are willing to work harder than most people are. They are willing to overcome the struggles that people have in this business and move past them with consistency, with grit. I'm going to steal Krista's name, with grace. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just willing to move past it. And so when you can realize that you are just in the same lane, and are you going to look for a way over or a way out, is up to you. And you may have decided the way out up until this point, but I encourage you to decide right now that it is not, that you're getting off the bus. You're getting off the struggle bus, and you are getting on the bus of people that are going where you want to go. Now, on the other side of that, not wanting it bad enough. I've been there too. I've had to really ask myself, why am I not pushing to the level that I know I can? Why am I just going through the motions to say I've posted? Like, here's the thing. I've talked to some of you guys the last couple of days, and you're just saying, I'm struggling. I'm not getting results. I'm doing the things. I'm posting. Okay, if you're doing the things over and over and over and over again and not getting results, as a business owner, it's time to switch it up. Decide that you want it more than your excuse as to why it's not working. And guess what? In social media, in business, in life, things are going to change. When you get complacent, you sink. In order to move forward in your business, you have to keep swimming. And I mean, we've had times in our business where like things just don't work anymore. Remember who was around for the 3-3 rule? Was anybody around for that? I'm like, am I the only one that was here for that? That does not work anymore. We can't do that anymore. That doesn't work. So we had to learn to maneuver it. We had to learn to change it. And if you're in a point in your business where what you're doing is not working, are you going to sit there and do it again because insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results? Or are you going to look yourself in the eye and say, I'm going to learn how to do this? And sometimes that's really getting out of your comfort zone. I had a time in my business a couple months ago where I was like, man, I used to enroll so many more customers than what I'm doing now. What do I need to change? The negative mindset is going to be like, this isn't working. The positive mindset, business owner, moving forward, how can I switch this up? And I was like, you know what? Live videos. I, for some reason, stopped making my coffee because I felt repetitive. Like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I've been sharing my story every day for 3 years, and I don't feel repetitive with that. But I just started to go live, to share me making my coffee. And guess what started happening? I started signing customers, because the motion that you take will create the emotion inside of you. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're not moving forward, it is up to you to switch it up. You are in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. So remember that in these times, sometimes you do need to clap for yourself. Sometimes you do need to be the one that pulls you out of the mud. And that's why we're here, because you decided you wanted to step in and to be a business owner. And you can do it, but just embrace that it's time to switch it up if it's not working. Now, one more thing that I wanted to say before we go into this next part is, you guys, 2020 can be your year if you make it. Decide that you're just going to do it. Okay, I want to see in the comments, what is your goal for 2020? Where do you want to see yourself? And I want to see you be specific. I know the day that I will be going Ambassador Diamond. Like, I know it. And like, I mean, I was watching Krista's live the other day when she had it. I mean, she has it in front of, she has her goals on her wall. You know, I have my affirmations on my wall. We're doing a dream board. I'm getting this in front of my eyes. Like, I'm getting crystal clear with where I want to go. Okay. I hope you guys are there with me. So you guys, we're just going to recap a couple notes that I have. We know that there is going to be, you know, a couple things coming. I kind of let some slip the other day after a long flight home, traveling, taking whatever. Okay, so let's just talk about what's coming, what we're doing, okay? You guys, December 27th, we're launching a promotion that has a great cause, that will fire you up, that will change the way that we look at New Year's resolutions. Now, what I'm gonna say to you is get a list together of people that you have talked to about wanting to lose weight, okay? That's not what I'm gonna tell you. How do we do this? I mean, for me, you guys, I have a book. I write down people that I'm interested, you know, that are interested in things every single day. I write what their name is, what they want. This way, whenever things like this happen, I can go back, I can, you know, reach out to them. If you haven't created a list for yourself, my first thing I'll say is going into 2020, make sure you do that. But you can search keywords in your messenger to find people that you've had conversations with. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do this. If you go into your messenger, okay, if you click your Facebook Messenger, where it says search at the top, you can search words like, I'm going to say coffee, for example. Okay, this is just going to be a really quick recap. When I search the word coffee, at the very top, it's going to say search in messages. So this is going to pull up every single conversation that I've said the word coffee. So what I'm doing to be prepared for the 27th is I'm just going down, searching words like coffee, weight loss, you know, TFX. I'm just searching keywords, and I am writing their names down, and I will have a list and a message ready for you guys for when this promotion hits. I'm telling you, you're going to be so excited when you see it, and it's really going to give you the opportunity to launch, you know, your boom season. This is going to go all the way through January. Okay. So that's step one. You guys, for you leading a team, if you have a team underneath you, if you're just, you know, coming into your role for 2020, I'm going to tell you that you need to cast vision for where you're going. Not only is this going to inspire you to keep moving forward, but your team needs to see you creating and casting vision. And some of you guys, you know, are like, how do I talk about where I'm going? How do I portray this? And it truly is just you being yourself, authentically you, and realizing that somebody out there is going to connect with you. And you don't need to be somebody else. You don't need to have somebody else's story. When you can just truly speak to where you are going, what this business is going to do for you, where you are taking your goals, and consistently share that, you will attract like-minded people. This business is not about posting about your openings on your team because people are going to join you because you have a business. People truly join you when you can be a part of something that, you know where you're going. People are lost. People that are watching you right now and not responding to your messages and leaving you on read about the opportunity, these are the people that come the new year need what you have. And so casting that vision is going to make sure that you're that person in their mind. You know, get in touch with your leaders on your team. So this is going to be, you know, some of you guys, if you're, you know, diamond and above, who are your leaders? Who are your emeralds? Who are your rubies? You know, if you're going for ruby, getting in touch with your up and coming leaders, the people that are the people that are going to be working with you, right? For me, when I started this business, although my first 5 distributors quit, every person that came in, I treated them like they were going to be my next diamond. And I'm like, you know, I'm setting example that I'm in communication with them. I was doing my job as a growing leader to find out how to best lead my team. So making sure you're in communications with your key players and making sure that you know their goals and working with them coming into 2020. Now, this is something where I really want to connect, like just we're going to take a couple minutes and do this. And I'm going to share mine, and maybe you guys can have a second to think about yours. Feel free to unmute. Feel free to type it in the chat. But I'm going to encourage you guys, and don't feel like you have to share this today, but write this down and answer this yourself later. I want you guys to look in the mirror, and I want you to answer what you truly felt held yourself back this year from getting what you wanted. Now, when they asked me that, I had to like think about it. I had to really dig deep. I had to soul search with this, and it may come to you quickly and you may have to think about it, but I'm going to share with you guys mine. For me this year, it was really just feeling like I deserved more than what we had. I think sometimes in your business, you can get to a point where you're like, can I do this? Am I worthy of this? Can I grow? Can I do this? And for me, I truly feel like that mindset is what held us back from getting ambassador this year. I subconsciously blocked that from my, mind of being worthy to have. And not only did I realize that was selfish for my family, but that's selfish for like our team. And that's what held me back from going there this year. And now for me going into 2020, I can either sit and repeat that, or I can evolve from it. And so I'm just reading. So not thinking I deserve what can actually happen. My mindset feeling like I've already failed. So I think a lot of you guys, and I know I've talked with some of you guys, the struggle is mindset. That's what's holding you back, and so what are you going to do to fix that this year? So for me, I've committed to waking up in the morning before I come on a power hour by myself. I'm growing my mind. I'm listening to things that will fill my cup. It is nobody else's job to fill my cup but my own. Again, being a little bit red here for a second, I have some people in my inbox saying, I need motivation. I need a kick in the pants. I need you to like do this, do this, do this. And here's the thing. Your why and your situation should be motivation enough for you to fill into yourself, because motivation is bullcrap. Okay, motivation is not real. You will not always be motivated to move forward, but as a business owner, you need to learn how to be disciplined and how to tweak the things that is going to get you to the next level. And some of you guys, we're all at different levels here. So it might vary with what your mindset is at and like where you're going in your business, but really, just making it your job, your duty, your obligation to do this for yourself. And if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your family. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can have those days where it's like, dang, this is hard. Do it for your family. You guys deserve this. Okay. I know it's not how to get to the top. I felt like I don't deserve to stay at home all the time. I need to go to work. I don't feel like I'm worthy being able to be full-time at home. Yeah. And you guys, again, like I appreciate you guys being like vulnerable here, because I like that we can just take the time to talk about this. And I think what you'll realize as you share these things is you're not the only person. You're not the only person that feels like this. You're not wrong for feeling like this. Actually, as humans, when we start, you guys have heard this before, but as we start pushing our comfort zone and doing things that are against the grain, like you are, whatever you want to call it, you're going to have things that try and slow you down. And so you can be like, am I going around it, or am I going to sit? And I'm telling you, things that don't move die, right? If you want to move forward, you are going to be so solution minded coming into this year. And I know when I have to, I know that if I feel a certain type of way, I know that the answer is personal development. I'm not waiting on anybody to do that for me. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Okay. So another thing that we want to focus on is looking at what was a win for you this year? What was something that you have been proud of this year? And I would love to see some of these in the comments too. And what I realize is what you focus on, you become. You guys, I had to pull out The Secret this morning. I spent, an hour and a half this morning just listening to The Secret and really realizing the power of this. Like, if you haven't listened to The Secret, you need to, and realizing what you think about, you will get more of. What you focus on, you will attract more of. What you put your energy into, you will get back. And so focus on the wins, no matter how small. Focus on where you're going, speak what you want, and block out anything else that is not serving you to make you better, make you money, make you happy, or grow you as a person, straight up. And I know you guys have heard this before, and I know that we know what to do, but it's just actually doing it that will get you to that next level. But I really want to end this section with telling you that yes, you can do it. And the only thing that's stopping you is the story that you tell yourself as to why you can't. Okay. Now coming into this next season, you guys get your dream board. I'm telling you, like, Mike and I are having a night where we just make our dream board. We're just going to sit and we're going to make our dream board personal. Okay. Business, whatever you want on your board for 2020. Goals are specific and they have a deadline and they are measurable. Okay. You may have gone through this year by just throwing it to the wall and seeing what sticks. We're not doing that 2020. We're getting specific. And I encourage you to everything in your life. Don't just talk about this business. Everything in your life that you're trying to accomplish, be specific. 15% of the world writes down goals. And out of that 15%, 85% of them accomplish them. It's crazy to think that only 15% of the world writes down their goals. Man, it's crazy. So I want you guys to be loud. This is in person. This is on your social media. And I don't mean like loud, like Jackie Loud. You can be like loud and a yellow personality if you want. I'm not saying you got to be like me, but be loud on where you're going. Be loud on what you want, how bad you want it, and let your audience know that nothing is going to stop you, and don't let it stop you. As you set these goals out and as you share for accountability where you're going, don't let that fall off because your audience is watching you. And for those of you guys that have come to me and said, you know, I feel like some of my team has fallen off or I'm not attracting people to my business, remember that your team will do only a percentage of what you do, and rock stars join with rock stars. So in order to be attracting that type of person like you deserve, you got to be able to match that energy. I mean, like, you really have to. And if you're sitting there saying, I'm not a rock star, you are. You've just got to get that muscle going in your brain to train yourself that you can. Okay? The mountaintop is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And your focus creates your future. Okay, those are some notes that I have. So I'm just reading what I can send here. Okay. So pretty much short, you guys, oh, I got a couple more things here. Okay, I'm just gonna read over my notes and then we can wrap it up. Couple tips for you coming into this new year: stay in production mode. Do not stay in busy mode. Busy mode is like, I mean, the biggest realization for me was looking at my phone, realizing how much time I spent on my iPhone, and seeing how little work I had actually done. Anybody gone through that before? You're just like busy. You're just staying busy to say you're busy. Okay, production mode. You're either in production mode or you are not. You can say you're working, but if what you are doing is not directing more customers and more distributors to your business, you're not working. Okay, stay in production mode. How do we do that? Some of you are like, I need a game plan for that. Get yourself a list. Caitlin has a great chat going on right now. Accountability, there's a chat where you can mark off the poll. I like to have my list written out in my book. I check it off as I go, and I accomplish the thing first that I do the least. And as I'm talking to some of you guys that are, you know, feeling like you are like, I need to, you know, increase my results, the thing that we're lacking is messaging. And a lot of you guys are posting. A lot of you guys are growing your network minimally, because what I'll say is people that I've talked to, I've watched your networks. This is like, it's such an easy thing to forget, but if you're not growing your network, I mean, that is such a halt on your business. So that's step one. But posting is not asking. Posting is not growing your business. Having those conversations with new people every day is what's going to grow your business. And so for me, on that list, I have a minimum amount of messages that I send out every day on Facebook and Instagram. I'm holding myself accountable to it. And like, again, some people are looking for this like magic sauce. I mean, as adults, as business owners here, no one's going to come over your, you know, shoulder and make sure you're doing it. And again, I'm speaking on like all on the same level here. Like, I've been there. I've been there. And let me tell you that it doesn't move you forward. And so if you're finding that, you know, you're not able to fit everything in, get a list for yourself and just make sure you cross it off. And it takes 21 days to create a habit. And you may have to be very uncomfortable for those 21 days because you're stepping out of something that's not what you're used to doing, and you're fearful of messaging, and people have the mindset of nobody wants it. I come into my messages and I'm telling myself, people want what I have. I'm signing distributors. I'm signing customers. People want what I have. We're no different. And so come into this season of you telling yourself that you're not going to let one day go by without being consistent in what we do. You guys, this business is really simple. Sometimes we can overcomplicate it. And I think for some of us that have, you know, maybe you've promoted the diamond double above, you forgot the basics of what it actually took for you to get there. And so if we take it back to basics, the 4 things that we're doing, we're posting every day. Okay, that's like our open for business sign. Some of it's sometimes easy to, I mean, I fall into this, you guys. It's sometimes easy to miss it. But if you're not posting your business's code, we got to catch all these different people on at different times. That's step 1. Number 2, we're growing our network. If we're not growing our network, our business is at a halt. If we're not following up with people, I mean, the fortune is in the follow-up. We already know that. But the 4th thing is messaging. Those are the 4 things that with consistency build your business. And so if you're feeling like you're not where you want to be, ask yourself, have you been doing these things for the last month, the last 3 months, the last 6 months? I got on a Zoom with 3 girls whenever I came back. I had 3 different Zooms, and they were saying, you know, I'm not where I want to be. And I said, pull up your messenger. And they were like, oh my gosh. And they pulled up their messenger, and sure enough, there was no messages. You're not reaching out. And I've been there in my business. I've been there. Let me tell you, the easy solution is to just do it, to just jump, to just go down this crazy white water river tubing thing that is going to kill you. You just got to do it. I don't know if you guys caught that joke, but that was awful. And the leadership retreat, I'm like, this is like all about facing fears. They literally threw us on a river down. They were like, it was a lazy river, but it was actually whitewater rafting, and there was no way to get out than to just do it. And I think that's where a lot of us just are coming into 2020. Decide that you're just going to do it. So the 4 basics, we're doing these every day. I know that's obviously really standard and obvious, but bring that back. The seeds that you're planting now will be what you harvest in the new year. And it just, you guys, I'm telling you, what is coming will set you up for so much success in your business, but the harvest will not come if you do not plant the seeds. And so be ready to plant these seeds. Journal, who's coming into your business, what you are doing for, where you're going, the people you're attracting. Really get your mind right coming into this year, and decide that it's going to be a year unlike anything else. And one thing I'll just close off with is if you're feeling just like, I know a lot of you guys were just talking to me about this, so I really want to make sure I speak on it and like honor your feelings. But if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you can't move, just start moving. Don't look for the secret sauce. Don't look for other people on the same struggle bus as you. Don't look for other people, just focus on where you want to go. What you think about, you attract. Follow in the steps of people that are where you want to go. Do as they do. Look how they're posting. Look at their YouTube. Look at how they're growing their mind, and just realize that you're no different. And coming into this year, you guys, you have your hands on gold. You have your hands on the freedom that your family deserves and that you have come here for. So don't leave it on the table. Is there anything that you guys want to speak on? Like, is there anything that you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up? Anything that you want to just share? Anything on your heart? Caitlin, Krista, anything you guys want to share?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Caitlin. Go.
No.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
No, you say goodbye first. Okay. Kate, I am reading a book right now, and this is everything that Jackie just said, but I think it's super clear. And he says you can make choices that maximize your possibilities. You have a responsibility capacity, and it's your choice to take charge of your life. You have character capacity, your choices based on good values. You have an abundance capacity, your choice to believe there's more than enough. Discipline capacity, your choice to focus now and follow through. Intentionality capacity, your choice to deliberately pursue significance. Attitude capacity, your choice to be positive regardless of circumstances. Risk capacity, your choice to get out of your comfort zone. Spiritual capacity, your choice to strengthen your faith. Growth capacity, your choice to focus on how far you can go. Partnership capacity, your choice to collaborate with others. So good. I just like you're going to end up, if wherever you're looking, wherever you're focusing this year is where you're going to end up. So be careful. Like, there's like that little Sunday school song from when you're a kid. It's like, be careful, little eyes, what you see, right? Okay, you have to be so intentional about what you're putting in front of yourself, you guys. If you're focusing on books that are going to grow your mind and help you to actually outgrow who you've been in 2019, you're going to be a different person at the end of 2020. Okay, but you have to commit. You have to find those resources. You have to treat this. You have to treat yourself as your own business, right? Like, you're stuck with yourself no matter what. I mean, at the end of the day, you drop out of a chat, you drop out of, working for yourself, you can drop out of all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you're going to wake up with you. Okay, that's who you are. And you can choose who you want to become for 2020. And literally, I mean, there's so many amazing resources. There's no, you have to start looking for the reasons and stop accepting your own excuses. You need to look at, what can I do to change this? If I don't like where I'm at right now, if I'm unhappy with where I'm at, then I have resources. I have people, even in this chat, you have people here who are saying, here's what I've done. Here's what's helped me. Here's a book I read. Here's this. I mean, you can come at it from the perspective of saying, oh, I can't afford to buy a book. There's YouTubes that are free. There's all kinds of resources that are free. You have a library. You can check out books. We all have the options. Is what are you looking for? Are you looking for an excuse? Are you looking for that get out of jail free card? Or are you looking to put in the work, pass, go, collect $200? Okay, that's my Monopoly analogy. But seriously, I'm like, the scariest thing I've ever said out loud is that I'm going Ambassador Diamond 2020, you guys. Saying it makes me cry. Okay, that it's a freaking scary big ass goal. And everything there me is like, oh my gosh, don't say that out loud. Then people are gonna know when you fail. If that's the first voice in your head when you're about to hit send and put out in the world what you're gonna do this year, you gotta shut that voice down, and you gotta learn the skills to shut that voice down real quick. Because that's what's holding you back. That's why you're at where you're at in 2019, and that's what I'm owning. Okay, I just want to encourage you. It doesn't matter what rank you're at. It is all about what's in here and the story, the narrative that you're telling yourself. That's all I got to say.
So good. So good. And it's so true.
Wow, that hit me in the feels. Oh.
Anybody else want to share?
Okay, I'll just
step out of your comfort zone. Sorry to interrupt you.
I was just gonna share that I talk to people almost every day that say things to me like, well, I have just this going on today and this is happening in life, but I do want this, I'll message you tomorrow, or I'll start in a few days, this is happening. But if you are already telling yourself that you have something going on, it's a busy day, shit's happening, then you're it's not gonna work until you prioritize your business, because you have to literally every single day. Yeah, it's a busy day. So break your schedule up into 2-minute increments here and there. Literally go follow 25 people on Instagram, then go do what you were doing. And then half an hour later, go message 20 people and then go do what you were doing. Until you can figure out that it is necessary to work your business every day, even when things are happening in life, that is when you'll become successful. And until then, it is literally not going to happen. Because if you are just giving yourself reasons, if it's busy, you can't do it that day. You're not being a business owner, and it's not going to happen anyways, because you're literally giving yourself an okay to not work your business, and so the business isn't going to happen for you. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
It's so true. And I think when you can just realize it's just that simple switch. The people at the top, like I said, they're not better than you. They are not more qualified than you. They are more disciplined than you're willing to be. You know, they've had people leave, they've had customers say no. Like, you guys, it's business, right? But what a powerful thing that you could, like, I mean, what if it took you 2 years to promote to double diamond? Let's be super conservative. And from where you're at right now, in 2 years of intention and hard work, you grew an income that was, $6,000 a month, right? Again, in 2 years, you're going to look back and say, I'm so glad I did, or you're going to wish you had. And for so long, like not for so long, but for a couple of days, I've really thought, like, what do I want to speak over you guys, and what do I want to talk about? And I think my vision for this was, I wanted to be real and open with you and just say, like, if you're struggling, it's okay. Push through it. Anything that's worth having is going to be a push, and what is coming is going to just be, you guys are just going to be so happy that you did, and you guys are so worthy of this. And I think just one more tip I want to give you, like one more thing that I just want to end with, is get clear. Do not let another day go by with where you don't know where you're going. Do not think that you're going to go diamond just because 3 people underneath you are going to figure out how to go ruby. Right? Do not think that you're going to go double with somebody else under you trying to go diamond. Like, guys, I'm telling you, the money in this industry comes from productivity. Decide you're just going to be productive. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm stuck on enrollments, this is one tip I want to give you that I kind of just brought back from I used to do this every day whenever I started. Every single post I'm making, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys, I mean, we get paid to enroll people, right? We get paid to, grow our business, right? Just like any business out there. You make money from, bringing products through your store, and franchises having other franchises and helping them this is just a business model, right? This is a smart business model that allows people that are productive to make a lot of money. But if you're feeling at a point where it's like, okay, how do I bring these enrollments in? You want to have new names on your list every single day. And so you need to be having new conversations every single day. If you're hoping on that same person that told you they were going to enroll as a distributor last week, and then you're just like, no, you need new leads. You need new people. When you're feeling stuck, the answer is new blood. That's just what it is, right? Like, I'm not scared to say that. Like, if you're feeling stagnant, stuck, the answer is new blood. The answer is new people. Both ends, customers and distributors. And so something that I've started doing, every single post that I make, business, lifestyle, product, I'm reaching out to whoever liked it. Do you guys remember when we used to do that? Like, every post, send a screenshot of the post. Thank you so much for, the love on my post. I got 1 spot left for our rapid hair growth system. Can I send you the details? And guess what? Out of the 60 people that I messaged that to, maybe 7 are going to respond. Signed a customer. I'm okay with that. Some of you guys are focusing on the 58 no's that you got, though, right? And so that's where we're going to switch that mindset and say, we're not looking for the no's. I'm not looking for the people who are giving excuses and don't want to work this business. I'm not looking for the people that quit. I'm looking for you guys here that show up, that you're consistent. That's where I'm focusing my energy. Now, one more thing before we wrap up. Sorry, I wanted to just get your opinion on this. I know this is like, I really want to make sure as a team this is the right move, but I'm coming into next year. I want to make sure that our page is simplified for people coming in, knowing where resources are. On a scale of 1 to 10, do you guys feel that you and your team know where resources are on our team page? Post examples, messages, descriptions, albums, like the chats. Do we find those useful? Like, I was almost thinking, like, let's scratch the chats that we have. The ruby, the emerald, the diamond. Let's just get everybody in one. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys can we speak on that?
Will everyone fit in one? Because that was the problem before.
Well, just having not for rank. So if we fill up one, then open another.
We have Diamond Tribe 1, Diamond Tribe 2, kind of.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Because at the end of the day, again, just trying to simplify this, going to ruby is the same stuff you're going to do to go, emerald. You know what I mean? Like, we're giving the same content. And
the only thing that I found with those is that it's awesome at times, but then at other times, if there are leaders that aren't helping within the chats, there's so many new people that are answering the questions that people ask and giving wrong info, and sometimes there's moments where it skyrockets so fast unless there's somebody actually helping. So if we had more leaders like willing to actually be in there like every day, like sending stuff that they're doing and like just like helping out, I think it'd be good. We would just have to have people like actually like helping with it too.
Mhm.
Yeah. And again, like for me personally, like I don't spend a lot of time in the chats, right? Like personally, like I'll pop in and like help obviously, but like what I mean, again, in this business, are we being busy or are we working, right? And so being in the chats is not working, right? For me, like it's not income producing, and so more is just like a resource. I don't know. I'm gonna play around again. I'm just, a lot of you guys have been around for like, I'm super not green, so we've gone through like things that have, you know, I'm trying to create a system that will just allow you guys to plug in people that will just be easier. But I'll play around with the idea and then I'll, you know, maybe come through it.
I think that's just kind of like where it goes, is that because like all of like the top leaders like aren't focusing on the chats, right? But then the new people always are, and they're in the chats a lot. But then that's how like a lot of like wrong info and stuff like sent really quickly. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, we'll figure that part out. But okay, I appreciate you guys coming on. Does anybody have any last things they want to talk about, or are we good to rock and roll? We good?
You rock, Jackie, and you too, Krista.
You rock.
Thank you. And everybody in this group, actually.
This is, you guys, I'm just really proud of this team. Like, we have such a great group, and like I said, it was really cool to just see corporate say, I see you guys, and they've got their eyes on our team, and there's a spot for you at this table. There is, you know, and just decide that you're going to pull up a chair. And
I think for me, my biggest fear is thinking that those that are on my team are not really on my speed, and those that have fallen back, I think I'm paying too much attention and trying to get them back to where I would want them to be as opposed to where they want to be. So going into 2020, I'm just going to run for me and this business, and who's there running with me, I'm running with them. But
yeah.
Those that I feel like I've had to like kind of coax them into seeing this dream that haven't yet seen it, I'm just not going to drag them with me.
And that's I love that you said that, because one of the biggest things that helped me in my business, because you guys, and some of you may be feeling this right now, you know, just like Joan said, where it's like, I feel like I'm dragging dead weight, or I'm trying to convince people to do this. And here's the thing, do not drag dead weight. Do not wait around for anybody. You know, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and Amanda, I don't know, it's on the Pam Souter podcast, and she was interviewing Amanda Bushner, and she was at the retreat in Costa Rica, and she was saying that, you know, she had hit double diamond, and she's like, you know, I'm enrolling, I'm doing these things, I'm putting people in the system, but my team is not. My team is not wanting this. They're not hungry. And her husband had said to her, well, why don't you just quit then? And Amanda said it kind of like took her off. She was like, why would I quit? And he was like, exactly. Why are you waiting for people that they're not? I mean, when you look at your dream board, I mean, it's not about people that are not working. Your dream board has your stuff on it. So don't let anybody's outside resource or outside, you know, your self stop you from getting what you want. And when I felt like that in my business, you know, I always heard Coach Mark say, 80% of your time should be working your business, 20% of your time should be with your team. And out of that 80%, when you are casting vision, when you are taking action, when you are not telling what your team to do, but you're doing it and you're saying, hey, this is what's working for me, this is the message that I'm setting that's working, you're showing them instead of telling them, the right people will be attracted to that energy and come into your business. The right people will follow. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make that horse drink. So if you have people on your team that is not at where, like, love them where they're at, they're there when they're ready. Remember, they're here for themselves and not for your business. And so even though you're there to help them, you don't have to wait for them. And that's really what I took from this weekend, is like, I'm not waiting for nobody, and neither should you. And you should run forward at the speed at your capacity, you know, run at your capacity. And I mean, there might be people beside you walking and you can walk with them. There can be people beside you maybe like sprinting and you can sprint with them. And there may be people that are running faster than you that you're just like, dang, wait for me. Like, but it's like, you know, you don't have to sit beside somebody and convince them as to why they need this business, because you're just taken away from your own productivity. Invite them, but don't wait for them. Miranda says, if I don't have a voice right now, so I don't want to talk, but also if someone on your team quits, don't take it personally and get down. Just keep working your business. Yes, let's end it on that. You guys, again, been there before. It's easy to focus on that, but I mean, I just know that if there's somebody else, if I'm willing to do whatever it takes, there's somebody else out there that's willing to do what it takes. And not everybody that I bring into my business is going to be willing to do what it takes. Not everybody in my business is going to, be willing to overcome hurdles like I am. Not everybody in my business is going to want, be self-disciplined enough to do this, and that's okay. But I know that there's somebody else out there like me, and I know that I have influence on a good amount of people where when I show them what I do and my consistency, they will understand that they can do that too. And so do not let that slow you down. Do not let yourself to take your foot off the gas because of what somebody else is doing. You're here for your goals. You're here for yourself. You're here for your business, and don't let the lack of somebody else's effort slow you down. Just keep moving, really, and that's how you attract rock stars to your business. All right. Well, we've been on for an hour. I appreciate your guys' time a lot. I'm just really excited. And is anybody here coming to conference? Can you put a 1 if you're coming to conference? I'm like so pumped. I'm so excited for conference, you guys. I never knew how much I needed this business I never knew how much I needed conference until I went to conference. And I promise you that it will change you as a person. It will change your business. You are going to look around and just see that there are so many people just like you that are doing this and making it happen. And you're just as worthy of it, if not more, because our team is awesome. And I love you guys just like so much. So I'm excited. 27th, get your list ready. We're launching something big. We'll pick up our power hour tomorrow. So let's jump on one tomorrow morning. I know people's schedules are crazy with Christmas, so we'll commit to one every day. But I'm just going to throw them out random times if that's cool with everybody. Just because we're traveling a lot back and forth to see family, but every day you guys have my commitment. We'll do a power hour. Please, if you need my help with charting, get with me, get with your, whoever your upline is. We have, so much awesome leadership in this page, and we're just really thankful for all of you guys. But know that I'm here to help all of you guys. And I'm just excited for what's coming. I've never felt more ready and just more focused to really just do this. And we're reaching down for everybody that wants to come up and do this. And there's really just a spot at the table for everybody here. So I love you guys. And I'm thankful for you guys, and I'm excited. And I just got chills. I'm so excited. Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon, obviously. Okay, love you guys.